Samuel Kujala and Roderick Kabanga play the titular ride-or-die Luoto Brothers in Mahsa Malka's Finnish drama series Dance Brothers, which is currently streaming on Netflix. Skilled dancers Sakke and Roni want to become well-known performers. When a chance arises, the brothers find themselves sharing ownership of a bar called Laundry. But soon, the divergent goals and competitive natures of Sakke and Roni begin to fracture their relationship. Their deteriorating relationship poses a threat to undo everything they have ever achieved. Here is everything you need to know about the conclusion of Dance Brothers if you're interested in seeing how the relationship between the Luoto brothers changes and how it impacts their professional lives as dancers and club owners. Spoilers ahead. Dance Brothers plot synopsis. An extremely ambitious Roni thinks he and his younger brother, Sakke, need to find money in order to finance their own artistic endeavors after a number of unsuccessful auditions and an abundance of odd dancing jobs. He has the bright idea to join Arvola's dance squad in order to compete at HIDF, the largest dance festival in Finland. As a result of Roni's failure during Arvola's audition, Sakke chooses not to inform his brother that he was accepted. Due to this, both brothers are jobless and opt to attend a party with other local dancers. Sakke meets Caro at the event, who is the choreographer for popular musician Angelo. The two brothers then get into a fight with some males and leave the party shortly after. When they uncover an abandoned store to hide in, Sakke realizes the location would be ideal for a club. Roni and he are discussing ideas when a customer enters the store to investigate a security issue. The proprietors of the shop, Mr. and Mrs. Bosch, make the brothers an excellent offer the following day to rent the space and launch their club. They soon leave their mother's house and transform it into Club Laundry when Sakke persuades Roni to take a chance on the club. They invite all of their pals, including Caro, who will accompany Angelo and his crew to the opening night. The club, though, is essentially empty and doesn't seem to hold much promise. After Roni and Angelo had a bad start, Sakke convinces him to work out a business arrangement with Angelo. As a result, the following night, Angelo performs at their venue and draws a throng. Angelo and the Luoto brothers quickly expand their agreement, which turns out to be advantageous for both parties. Soon after, Sakke is asked out by Caro, and they begin dating. In the meantime, HIDF's social media account is drawn to a dance-off video that Sakke and Roni and their club posted that becomes popular online. Eventually, Roni makes another attempt to join the HIDF and goes to an Arvolo theater performance to meet new individuals. He meets up with Vima, an old friend, at the occasion. Roni offers Vima a seat on his dance team, Drastic. Despite their acrimonious past, initially contemptuous, Vima unintentionally decides to follow him. Roni is introduced to HIDF organizer Ranta by Vima. Roni invites Ranta to a dance-off competition at their club that is modeled after the popular Fire vs. Ice video in an effort to wow her with their talent. Sakke begins experimenting with drugs and pills as the popularity of their club grows, bringing up an old issue. As a result, tension develops between Roni and Sakke. During the Fire vs. Ice competition, the tension overflows onto the dance floor as both brothers become aggressively focused on winning. Nevertheless, Ranta grants Drastic a spot at HIDF after the conclusion of the event because of their capacity to bring sizable crowds. Things begin to deteriorate, though, as Roni puts Drastic before Laundry and Sakke puts the club ahead of dance rehearsals. Sakke's marriage to Caro also breaks down as a result of his drug abuse at the same period. Following a fire at Laundry, Sakke discovers a wager Roni and Angelo made on the Fire vs. Ice match in an effort to borrow money from Angelo. Roni staked against Sakke's success. He thereby made their club heavily indebted. After a disagreement between the brothers, things start to go apart dramatically. Even when the brothers make peace, Vima decides to leave because she is tired of Roni's obsessive love of dancing and disregard for their friendship. Inversely, when Angelo tells Sakke that his brother lost his stake of the club to Angelo as a result of the wager, their club also suffers. However, when Roni hurts his ankle just a few days before Drastic's debut performance at HIDF, things get even worse for the Luoto brothers. Dance Brothers ending. Does Drastic perform at HIDF Dance Festival? Vima is the ideal fit for Roni's vision of Drastic as a three-person dancing group. To appease Fire vs. Ice supporters, Ranta initially tries to push for a performance with just Roni and Sakke, but Roni argues his choreography is far superior to a dance-off. Roni exhibits a great deal of passion for dancing throughout the entire performance. Vima leaves because he disregarded her affections for him as a result. But Roni immediately adjusts and modifies his choreography to work with a two-person crew. Ranta, who wishes to immediately terminate their contract, criticizes the modification nonetheless. The board appreciates Drastic's innovative strategy and believes it will help HIDF reach a younger audience. As a result, Ranta must approve their revised choreography because he is unable to dismiss them. Nevertheless, Roni begins to lose hope after hurting his ankle during a demanding dancing rehearsal. He makes an effort, but his ankle prevents him from making any complicated movements. After some thought, Roni decides on a plan of action and requests Sakke to trade dance roles with him. Roni can quickly learn Sakke's section of the dance because it doesn't require as many complicated motions. Sakke must put in countless hours of work to fully understand Roni's job and master the movements, though. When the premiere finally occurs, the brothers prepare for the last performance. The night before the performance, Roni has a panic attack after their dress rehearsal doesn't go well. But when the time comes, both brothers take the stage and give their performances. Sakke starts to get angry as he dances as he thinks back to all the times he believed his brother had treated him unfairly. When the brothers deviate from their choreography, a fight starts. But when they clash and dance together, they verbally resolve their conflicts in a new performance. The HIDF audience claps and cheers when Drastic comes to a close. What happens to Club Laundry? Despite the fact that Sakke is genuinely committed in the company and wants to see it grow, Roni merely views Laundry as a side gig. He puts in a lot of effort to keep the club functioning smoothly and takes on the majority of the obligations. Sometimes, in an effort to improve things, he even stops using drugs, but Roni never offers him any encouragement. Furthermore, Angelo starts to envy Sakke's romance with Caro and Laundry's success. As a result, Angelo makes the decision to launch Kiddo, an equivalent club that will use Caro as its spokesperson. He also steals the DJ from Laundry. Likewise, after placing a bet, Angelo wins Roni's shares in Laundry and shares ownership of the Sakke's club. Sakke must, however, concentrate on the HIDF debut, since he gave them a loan for the post-fire restorations. He is unable to deal with Angelo at this time and must manage the club in accordance with his wishes. Meanwhile, Angelo's career suffers as Caro exacts revenge on him for treating her unfairly at work. Caro's grandma used to sing her a lullaby, and Angelo wants to release a song based on it. His treatment of the initiative, though, is contemptuous. Caro informs the audience that Angelo stole the music just before it is made public. As a result, Angelo's agent cancels his contract, and he is left with few options. In spite of the negative feedback, Angelo ultimately tries to use Club Laundry to release his music to the whole audience. However, Mrs. Bosch informs Sakke prior to the HIDF premiere that she and her husband have the option to redeem the brothers' club shares. Roni can't wager his shares without breaking his agreement with them, hence he can't do so. Likewise, Roni promises Sakke that he'll assist Sakke in saving Laundry following the film's release. As of the conclusion of Season 1, Laundry's future appears gloomy. If the show is given the go-ahead for a second season, the Luoto Brothers might eventually return it to its former grandeur. Does Drastic disband? The two-person dancing team Drastic that Roni and Sakke were a part of ends at the conclusion of the performance. Sakke's lack of fervor for dancing during the concert causes a lot of conflict between the brothers. The same goes for Roni's obsession with choreography precision. As a result, Sakke's ambition to operate a prosperous club clashes with Roni's obsessive devotion to dancing. Around this area of contention, the brothers engage in multiple altercations, and Sakke even leaves once. At that point, Roni undoubtedly realizes that Sakke has never taken her dancing career as seriously as she does. He also discovers Sakke has a strong passion for the club and consistently gives it her all. Roni therefore believes it's time for both brothers to pursue their individual aspirations following their HIDF premiere performance. Roni declines Ranta's offer so that Sakke can pursue his true passion, even when she suggests a gig in Warsaw and a global tour. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.